After finding himself trapped inside room 404, Asa discovers that the room is a gateway to another dimension within the hospital. He finds himself in a long corridor marked 13, a corridor not present in the original building plans. In this corridor, a certain scene repeats strangely, as if time is looping. AZ struggles to understand the riddle before he is trapped forever in this mysterious world. After the door of room 404 is closed behind him, AZ finds himself in a strange corridor. As he moves forward, time resets itself, but he notices terrifying differences each time. Eventually, he discovers that there is something living in this corridor that has been watching him from the beginning. AZ regains consciousness in corridor 13, but he notices that the door to room 404 has completely vanished. He hears footsteps behind him, but sees no one. He finds a door leading to a room filled with pictures of patients, but he is shocked to see the pictures moving and staring at him. He meets a doctor who claims to have worked here for 20 years, yet he seems unaware of the passage of time. The corridor resets itself every time he tries to exit, but each time, unnatural changes occur. Asa discovers that time in the corridor does not flow normally. He sees versions of himself in different states, dead, missing, or screaming as if he has lost his mind. He confronts the entity responsible for the place. The entity tells him that corridor 13 only opens for those whose fate was here before. He finds a way out when he discovers an emergency door, but he realizes he has returned to the starting point once again. AZ succeeds in opening the door, but when he exits, he finds himself in another world. The hospital looks deserted, as if he has returned to the past before it was closed. AZ regains consciousness in corridor 13, but he notices that the door to room 404 has completely vanished. He hears footsteps behind him, but sees no one. He finds a door leading to a room filled with pictures of patients. He is shocked to see the pictures moving and staring at him. He meets a doctor who claims to have worked here for 20 years, yet he seems unaware of the passage of time. AZ, in a tense whisper, "What is this place? I was supposed to be in room 404. AZ cautiously moves forward. Looking behind him, there is no door. AZ, pressing his forehead, the door was here. I'm sure. A distant sound of footsteps. AZ turns quickly but sees nothing. AZ finds an open door at the end of the corridor, cautiously entering to find a room filled with dozens of hanging pictures. AZ, examining the pictures. These are pictures of the missing patients, but how are the pictures moving? One of the pictures shows AZ's face looking directly at it. AZ, stepping back in shock. How? This is my picture. AZ hears a voice speaking. He turns to find a man in a doctor's coat standing in the corner of the room. The mysterious doctor, in a very calm tone, "You're new here, right?" AZ, suspiciously, "Who are you? What is this place?" The mysterious doctor, looking around coldly. "Corridor 13. The place where no one escapes." AZ tries to return to the beginning of the corridor, but he discovers he is repeating the same scene every time. AZ, with increasing anxiety, "This can't be, this is the same place I was just in." He turns, finding himself standing in front of a version of himself dead on the ground. AZ, stepping back in horror. "What is this?" "This is me." A tall shadow appears at the end of the corridor, slowly approaching.